out. And I got nobody I don't know about that, but you know how we do right here. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better let me say tonight. I done fucked up, brothers got me hacked up. Baby, you're a lucky duck, she got a lot of matches. Baby girl is hacked up, baby, you gon' keep it in a peanut. We don't trust them. I'm a motherfucking buck when
First and foremost, I would like to clarify one important thing, and that is 2 weeks ago I have recorded a full test week where I tested my pace, my FTP and my CSS, which is basically my pace running, my FTP on the bike and my CSS in the pool, which is a swim pace. Now, I have done the FTP via Swift. It was a ramp test and I have actually misread the FTP. I've got a lot of flashback and a lot of questions. I thought it was 348 watts. However, 348 watts was the best 1 minute effort of mine. Therefore, my actual FTP is 264 watts. So I apologize for the confusion. And with that being said, welcome back to a new video. Now, most Ironman training plans tell you to totally ignore the gym or tell you to decrease the gym once the volume of the endurance goes up, which in theory makes sense. For me, I definitely completely changed my strategy. The gym is more like a tool that I'm using to stay injury free, because I realized that strength training during Ironman prep is not about getting stronger in the gym. It's about staying durable and being able to handle the weeks and months of endurance training. I believe that most people who are doing strength training during an Ironman prep or any endurance event are having the wrong approach, and they might be afraid of the extra fatigue, bulky legs or no time. And those reasons are legit as well. But if your legs feel sore after strength training, then you're probably having the wrong approach. Therefore, the biggest mental shift for me was also separating the roles of endurance training and strength training. Endurance training is really to get you ready to perform on race day. And strength training is there to support you along the way for the posture, for the tendons, for your running economy and for injury prevention. For me, this usually means 1 or 2 quality strength sessions per week. Now, this can be either separated into 1 upper body, 1 lower body, or 2 full body, or even 1 full body, 1 upper. But one way I would highly suggest you of scheduling your strength training is on either easy endurance days or on days where the workload is fairly less. I would not schedule my gym during any days where I have strong intervals or long rides and anything that it could affect the quality of tomorrow's quality session. Yeah, for instance, if you do a leg day today, but tomorrow you have scheduled a 6 times 1 kilometer VO2 max or threshold workout on the track, that's probably not the best idea. The strength component is there to support and not feeling sore for the next training day. Now, my strength training is mostly full body with a clear focus on hips, core and legs, because these are the body parts that take the most stress during running, swimming and biking. And we want to make sure those feel relaxed, stable and always activated and not put too much load on it. Because I believe there's a big misconception that when training those parts separately, that they take even more load on top of the endurance events. But that's not the case if you train smart and not overload them. Yeah, you don't need to press 200 kilograms of deadlift or hip thrusts. No, you do fairly low weight, you stay in the 8 to 10 reps, but you just keep working on those body parts to actually absorb the endurance events that come afterwards. That is because the goal of the strength training is very clear. It is to get out of the gym feeling stable and controlled and not being sore for the days after. You want to be ready for the next endurance session that comes either on that day or the day after. Now, in the past, I also have done plenty of mistakes. During my first and second marathon prep, I pretty much ignored all the signals that I should have been listened to. I ignored deload weeks. I had a runner's knee.
A bit of a runner's knee on my right knee, but nothing that would stop me.
But one thing that I realized is, even though I kept the gym sessions also fairly light, but I did try to hit PRs in terms of my upper body, yeah? And that was not ideal, but I didn't put too much stress on my lower body. However, during events where fatigue sets in for days, where you feel mentally tired, when your HRV and your sleep falls drastically, these are really signs you need to listen to and adapt your training and also the gym schedule. Yeah, don't be afraid to scale back for a couple of days or 3 days. It doesn't make you fall behind. It's the opposite. It makes you more ready and sharper for the upcoming weeks. That is something that I definitely learned during my past endurance events that I will now listen to. And next week is actually a deload week for me. The first one in this Ironman prep, where I go 25 to 30% down of the volume and then attack the week after again. Now, and with that, my final takeaway is really strength training during an Ironman prep. It's not about being strong in the gym, being strong enough to train consistently for the endurance events that are coming up. So I urge you all to listen to your body. Don't ignore if fatigue sets in, especially mentally, or if something hurts, if you have a runner's knee, if your ankle hurts, back off a little and come back stronger. Don't make the mistakes that I did, because it can take weeks to recover. If I had taken 2 days off straight after my runner's knee, it would have never gotten to this point. But I ignored the fact, I just kept pushing, and there I was 3 weeks out having knee problems. Now, this is also because I am, of course, a big advocate for strength training, regardless in which season you are. Doesn't matter what event you're doing, you should always find time to go to the gym, but just be smart about it. Yeah, if you train for an Ironman, don't train legs 2-3 times a week. No, have a full body workout and an upper body. That's enough. There's a lot of load, a lot of stress for the body that it needs to absorb, but we want to make sure everything stays healthy. We prevent injuries, and our running economy, our posture, everything stays nicely the way it should be. So if you like the video, please leave a like there, leave a subscribe, leave a good comment. I'm very happy about those things, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.